lecture number 7. And how we make questions. Questions, or the rules of the questions, or question rules in English will be our focus. In other words, we will focus on how we form questions in English. Question formation, reading passage because all the time you have to read. Simple past tense. A question formation with sometimes with WH. Before even we have a look at the slides, you have just to try to understand from me how we make questions in English. Or what is the question rule in English? The question rule in English states that in order to make a question, we have to have an auxiliary. The auxiliary could be is, the auxiliary could be are, the auxiliary could be was, and so on and so forth. Or it could be, for example, do. When we have sentences where we use main verbs in the present simple, for example, or past tense. Now, the rule is as it is all the time. The auxiliary is located before the subject. Ahmed is good. Is Ahmed good? This is the rule. But now you have to know also the WH questions. If I want to ask about a person, who is to be used? If I want to ask about things, what is to be used? If I want to ask about place, where? If I want to ask about a reason, why? If I want to ask about time, when? If I want to ask about a process, how it takes place, how is used? And if I want to choose between different things, which is the best to be used? Now, but the rule is as it is. The only thing I add the WH in front of it. For example, sentences with helping verbs, like Ahmed is writing, Fatima is playing, Ali is running. The auxiliary is already there. Or we are eating. The auxiliary is there, which is are in this case. You must invert, تقلب, the subject and the helping verb. Ahmed is Ahmed. They are they. You must invert the subject and the helping verb following the WH. For example, Ahmed is in the market. Is Ahmed? I want to ask whether he is in the market or not, so it is a place. Where is Ahmed? Where is Ahmed? But before the where, the rule is inverting, putting, locating the auxiliary which is before the subject which is he. He is, or Ahmed is in the market. He is in the market. Is he? This is the first step. I want to ask about the place. Where? Where is he? The answer, he is in the market. If I want to ask about the time when he was, or he was in the market, for example, the only thing I do is replacing where with when. But the rule stays as it is. Ahmed went to the market. Or Ahmed was in the market. Was Ahmed? I invert the auxiliary before the subject. Then when was Ahmed in the market? The answer, Ahmed was in the market at 7 o'clock. So the rule stays as it is. Inversion or inverting the auxiliary with the subject, locating it before the subject. Then you add the WH. If you ask about the place, where is to be used. If you ask about time, when is to be used. If you ask about the person, who is used, and so on and so forth. But the rule stays as it is all the time. Sammy is going to Florida. Sammy is the subject and is the helping verb. So the only thing I do is Sammy. I want to ask about the place. Where is Sammy going? That's it. Sammy is going to Florida. Is Sammy going to Florida? Or is Sammy going? I want to ask about Florida, which is a place. I locate where, then it becomes where is Sammy going? Question mark. If I want to ask about the time, the same rule. Is Sammy going to Florida? I just locate when. When is Sammy going to Florida? Okay. I do, you do, he, she, it does, we do, you do, they do. I talked about this so many times. In the past, do becomes did. I did, we did, you did, you did, he, she, it also did, they did. So do or does become did regardless of the subject being he, she, it, or they, you, were, and so on and so forth. But if we do not have auxiliary in the sentences, in this case we have to make our own auxiliary. In this case it is do. It is do. This do becomes did if we are talking about the past. It becomes does if we are talking about the present, but the subject is he, she, or it. For example, the man broke the window. Broke originally or basically is break, but now it is in the past. Break, broke. The man broke the window. If I want to make it a question, I want an auxiliary. I don't have an auxiliary. In this case I make the auxiliary. It is do. So the man do, but it is in the past. Broke, so do became did, and broke becomes again as it was, which is a break. So the rule now, the man did break the window. I put the auxiliary before the subject. Did the man break the window? The auxiliary did before the subject, the man. And of course broke becomes a break because I made it already dead. And then I look at the WH, which is what? Did the man broke? Sorry, did the man break? I want to ask what the man broke. The man, did the man break? What did the man break? What did the man break? The rule, omit the what? Did the man break? I want to ask what? I just add what? What did the man break? Okay? Suppose now you know that the man broke the window. Suppose you know. And you just want to know when. The same rule. Did the man break? Did the man break? Notice, once I say did, I couldn't say broke. Broke has to become again break as it was, which is in the present or infinitive. Did the man break? This is the rule. I put did before the man. I want to ask about the time. Instead of using what, I just use when. Then it becomes, when did the man break the window? Question mark. The answer would be, the man broke the window at 7 o'clock. The man broke the window on Tuesday. Okay? When the subject is unknown, when the subject of the sentence is not known, there is no inversion at all. مثلا, for example, just add the WH word to take the place of the unknown subject. Is feeling sick. The subject is unknown. I don't know who is feeling sick. Then the question becomes as simple as, who is feeling sick? Who is feeling sick? Then helping verb, main verb, who is feeling sick? This is the question because I don't have a subject. Okay, no inversion at all. Who, people, rule. There is no change. Why there is no change? Because there is no helping verb. Who went to the store? Who went to the store? Who went to the store? Okay. We must invert the subject and the helping verb. Why? Because there is a helping verb in the sentence. If there is a helping verb in the sentence, inversion is to happen. You have to invert. So, Matt is going to the mall. So we have auxiliary, which is is. We have to invert. Is Matt going to the mall? To the mall, sorry. I want to ask about the time. When is Matt going to the mall? As simple as this. The answer is tonight. Okay. Here are extra examples of the type that I have just already explained. Remember, sentences with helping verbs invert the subject and helping verb. I talked about this so many times till it becomes boring. Scan and skimming the reading passage. Let me explain this, or let me talk about this. I'll give you in the exam, in the final, some passages. In general, these passages could be from these passages, the passages that are already found in the lecture or recorded lectures. But it is very much possible to bring other passages that are not here but very much similar to the passages in here. But it is also possible to give you the same passages. So what you are recommended to do is to read the passages and to know the meaning of the words and to be aware of these passages. It is very much possible to give you words from these passages, the same text you have. Keep this in mind. The text you have are very much important. Read them. Try to understand them. Train yourself. It is very much possible to give you from them or from other texts. But don't say to yourself, I know you students, don't say to yourself, oh come on, the teacher is going to bring us something from out the material, will bring us something from his own books, from other books. So why to be bothered and to read these passages? Forget them. No. Don't say that. Don't convince yourself in order to be lazy. These passages are very much possible to be included in the exam. Okay? This passage or any other passage. Okay? That's all. Keep this in mind. Possible question is like this. For example, Okay. A word in paragraph 1 which has the opposite meaning of similar is, opposite meaning of similar is, apologize, different, of course different is the answer, problem or angry. This is one of the types of the questions about words that you might have in the exam. Simple past tense, I have already talked about it, but let me repeat it again. Simple past tense is an action or event that happened in the past. I read in the past. I went in the past. He slept in the past. Okay? Of course, you have to know that any tense in English has to have at the end an indicator to the tense. If I'm talking about the present, every day is an indicator that the sentence is in the present. Every day, for example. Now, if you have it, you will know that I'm talking about present continuous. But if I talk about the past, words like ago indicate that the sentence is in the past form. Yesterday is another word in the sentence that can tell you that I'm talking about the past. Last. Any date in the past. Keep this in mind, please. Something else I can add to the simple past tense, the kind of the verbs. For example, regular verbs or irregular verbs. Regular verbs are these verbs that are made in the past form by adding only the ed. Cleaned, cleaned. Want, wanted. Cry, cried. But irregular verbs are the verbs that are made in the past form by changing the whole. Let me say verb. I change the whole verb. So break becomes break, broke, broken. Go becomes went. Drink becomes drank. These are what we mean by irregular verbs. Let's have a look at the first example. The students, the homework last week. Last is an indicator, a key word that can tell us that the verb has to be in the past form. So do is wrong. Will do, future is also wrong. Are doing, wrong. Do, present. Will do, future. Are doing, continuous. Last is past, so did is the correct answer. We to the new shopping mall yesterday. Go, wrong, present. Are going, continuous, wrong. Didn't, went, wrong, because once I say did, the verb has to become go. So didn't, went, wrong. Didn't go is the correct answer. As I told you, once you say did, the verb is to be in the present, not in the past. They didn't go, they didn't eat, they didn't sleep, and so on and so forth. With regard to the questions, what's the reason of the car accident? What? Because you are asking about the reason. What was the reason of the car accident? It was the very high speed, for example. The second question is asking about time. So when is to be used. Could you please tell me when will be the final exam? When will be the final exam? Notice the final exam will is located before final exam because it is used as an auxiliary in here. Number 3, only twice. This means he is asking about how many times do you do something. How many times do you do something? So how far is wrong. How long is also wrong. How is also wrong. How often? How many times it means. How often do you eat a day? Only twice. يعني every day I eat twice. Maybe in the morning, maybe in the evening. In the morning and in the evening. Okay. Number 7 is asking about the distance. So how far is the hospital from the police station? Notice the hospital is from. I make it a question, is located before the subject, which is the hospital in this case. Thank you so much, and I hope you have understood every single word I say. Thank you so much. Thank you.